Alright, let's look at the homework 3.5, problem number 10. Right, so we want to find the equations of both the tangent lines to the ellipse x squared plus 4y squared equals 36 that passes through the point 12, 3. So it seems like there are two of them. Right, so let's find that. Alright, so we know that we know the point, so we have a point, then we just need to find a slope. Alright, so let's find a slope. So in order to look at the slope, we need the derivative, so let's take the derivative. Alright, so if you take the derivative of the equation of the ellipse, we can find the dy over dx. Let's find that. So take the derivative of the left hand side, and also take the derivative of the right hand side, so 36. Right, so we're gonna get this. Right, derivative of x squared is 2x, and derivative of 4y squared is 8y times dy over dx. Which is equal to derivative of 36 is 0 because 36 is a constant. Alright, then we can just solve for dy over dx by subtracting 2x from both sides. We get 8y dy over dx. This is equal to negative 2x. Alright, then we can just divide through by 8y. We get dy over dx is equal to negative 2 and 8 cancel out. Maybe I'll just go ahead and write that down. So 2x over 8y. Right, then we can cancel 2 and 8, so that's going to be 4 on the bottom. So we get negative x over 4y. Right, so that's the derivative. Alright, then problem is we don't know the x value, y value to plug in. We cannot plug in these x equals 12 and y equals 3 because that's a point outside the ellipse. So we have to find a point on the ellipse. Right? So let's say I'm gonna call let's see, x comma y. Right? So this is let's say a point on the ellipse. Right, maybe I'll call it x, y, comma y, y1. Right, and see if we can find that. Right, so we can use a slope formula to find the slope. So by slope formula, so you have a y2 minus y1, so it's 3 minus y1 over x2, 12 minus x1. So that would be a slope. Alright, and another way to find the slope using the derivative, and that would be, so here's the derivative, so we plug in x1 and y1, so it's got to be the same as negative x1 over 4y1. Alright, then so let's look at this equation. So I don't like having a fraction, so sort of like we're gonna do a cross multiplication. So we're gonna multiply both sides by, and I want to get rid of this guy, so it's 12 minus x1, right? And also I'm gonna multiply by 4y1, right? Then you're gonna get this, right? So if you multiply this, so this guy cancel out, and we're gonna have to multiply this guy by 4y1. So it's gonna be 3 times 4 is 12 y1, and a negative 4y1 squared, and this is equal to, right, negative 12 x1, and this is going to be plus x1 squared. Alright, then let's see, so try to simplify as much as possible. So x1 and y1 satisfy this equation, so which means that we know that x1 squared plus 4y1 squared is equal to 36. And hoping that we see something similar, then you see that here there's x1 squared, and you have negative 4y1 squared. So if you bring it over, it's going to be plus y1 squared. Alright, so let's do that. So I'm going to move this guy over this way, and I'm going to move this guy over to the other side. So we're going to get this. Alright, so what we need to do is add 12x1 and then add 4y1 squared. So you end up getting 12y1 plus 12x1. Right? It's kind of backward. Maybe can I just write it backward? So, ooh, that's pretty. All right, and but that's not. Whoa, what? All right, that's good enough. All right, so we have 12x1 plus 12y1 is equal to, and luckily we have x1 squared plus 4y1 squared, which is exactly equal to 36. Alright, then we have this equation here, divide through by 12, so that we have x1 plus y1 is equal to 36 divided by 12 is 3. Alright, so x1 and y1 satisfy that equation, and also equation of the ellipse. So what we can do is we can just plug them in and see what happens. Right, so from here I'm going to solve for, say, x1. So x1 is 3 minus y1. Right, so I'm going to plug this guy in here. Alright, so you're going to get 3 minus y1 squared plus 4y1 squared is equal to 36. Right? So what kind of equation can we get? So 3 squared would be 9 minus 6y1 plus y1 squared plus 4y1 squared. And actually I'm going to subtract 36 so that the negative 36 is on this side. Right? So if you clean that up, right, so we have, let's see, y1 squared and 4y1 squared. So that will give us 5y1 squared. And then we have negative 6y1. So minus 6y1, and then we have 9 right here, and a minus 36, so that's going to be minus 27, right, and it is equal to 0. Alright, hopefully we can factor this out. So this is going to be, let's see, 5y1, and I'm going to have y1, alright, is equal to, alright, so let's see, what we want to do is try, how about the 3 and 9, would that work? And we have to get the, so negative 3 and positive 9, right? So 9 times negative 3 gives you negative 27, right? So, and negative 3 times 5 is negative 15, plus 9 is negative 6. So this would work out, right? So this will give us, from here, y1 is actually equal to negative 9 over 5, or positive 3. Alright, so from here we can find x1 value. So here x1 value would be, Right, so if you plug in negative 9 over 5, you're going to get, let's see, so adding 9 over 5, so 15 plus 9, so it's 24 over 5, and 3 minus 3 is actually 0. Alright, so we got this. So we have now 2 points. So the points is here. X1 is 24. Maybe I'll write that down. So you're going to have 2 points, 24 over 5. Alright, and comma, negative 9 over 5. And the other point is 0, comma 3. Right? So let's find out. Alright, so if you plug in this value, and slope is going to be, so I'm going to call it slope M1. Right? Plugging these values in here, so it's going to negative. Right? X value is 24 over 5 divided by negative 9 over 5. Right? So we can cancel over 5 and over 5. Right, and 24 is a multiple of 3, so it's 8, and divide by 3, so 3, and those cancel out, so it's going to be 8/3. Sorry, it's kind of hard to see. So slope is 8/3. Right, and the other slope M2, we can just plug in negative, so X is actually 0 over Y is, oh actually, sorry about that, I forgot to put 4 on here, so this is multiplied by 4, so multiply by 4, this will actually give us slightly simpler, so this is going to be 2, it's actually 2/3 is the slope. Right, so here it's 4 times 3, which is not going to really matter, so slope is 0. Alright, so the first equation is a slope is 0, which means that it's just a horizontal line. So y equals 3. Alright, so y equals 3 is the first equation. Alright, the second equation is slope is 2/3. So I'll plug in slope is, oops, sorry, that's not the right one. Right, slope is 2/3. Right, and x minus, right, x value was 24 over 5. Right, so let's put that in, 24 over 5, and the y value is negative 9 over 5, so we can add plus, let's see, so plus, actually minus 9 over 5. Right, so let's double check. Alright, it came back and looks like we got these ones correctly. Alright, that's it. I hope that this was clear.